I want to show you this. I was down here yesterday and I started mocking up a possible floor for this little building. Now, I built this thing on a hill a little bit, and I bought these racks over at the metal yard the other day, and I got to thinking that if I placed a bar across the back of here at the right level, and then I put these racks here and I cut off these little knobby pieces like this right here, then I could throw a couple of pieces of plywood on that and make me a floor that would be stronger than, you know, if I made a floor out of wood, which would rot out if it was, you know, on the ground or touching the ground. And see, this building is going to be, I started out building it as a saw shed. I was going to take my saws out of the banjo shed, keep them in here. But then I had that engine, which I don't know if I videoed hauling that engine off or not, but I had that engine in the garage that I took apart, and I decided it wasn't going to be usable, and I brought it back down here, and I stacked it up with a bunch of these other engine parts, bell housing, exhaust manifold, heads. See, I've got a set of double hump Fuelie heads in there, which in today's world, people are buying aluminum heads and paying $600 for them, and people can afford that, and they're more high performance. But this is vintage high performance stuff. Those Fuelie heads were what we were running on the big horsepower engines back in the 70s, and those power pack heads behind them was what we were running in the 60s and the 50s on the Chevy 283s and stuff. So I got all these engine parts in here that they would be more well suited somewhere other than in my banjo shop, along with all of these saws and this saw and, you know, a lot of this kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing out here, is I'm building this as they would be well served sitting out here in a shed, which is what I'm going to do. We were hauling off some scrap the other day, and these metal cabinets turned up, and I brought them home because that would be a good place to put paint cans, oil cans, various and sundry different things like that. So there's a part of me that kind of like to get out here and work on this today, just to be out in the fresh air. I don't know if I'm going to be up to it or not, but I might try it. It would be kind of neat to make a little progress on this. We'll see. I just want to show y'all that, share that with you a little bit.